Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Johnny here from MTV Trail Rider. It's been a couple weeks since my second triathlon. It was one at Barron Lake, which my last video was kind of leading up to, sharing my training over from Fort Miami CrossFit, and broke down how my diet has changed, how I've been able to drop in weight. My bikes have gotten faster. Swimming is there, I could improve there. But I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a recap on how that race went. As you guys can see, I'm on these rollers here. This is actually first time using these rollers. I'm a bit nervous on them. Feels a little squirrely, but it's just some getting used to. Anyway, so this race, it was a sprint. It was a 500-yard swim. It was a triangle pattern. So the corners were pretty slow, kind of getting around the buoys. And then we had a 15-mile road bike, followed by a 3.1-mile road run. I finished in 1 hour, 28 minutes, in 14 seconds, which was fast enough to get 15th overall. I think there was 80 or 90 racers total, and I got second in my age group. So that was pretty impressive for me, I feel like. It's a local race. It was a USA Triathlon sanctioned event. And I felt good. Like, mentally I was in it. My body felt good. I didn't crash. Not physically crash, but my body didn't crash like I feel like I did during my Xterra triathlon back in June. Definitely prepared a lot more for this triathlon. I've had additional training with Fort Miami. Just getting used to working hard under that load. High capacity output. I've been doing more bike rides. Just mentally, I'm listening to different podcasts or audiobooks to help train my mental toughness while I'm out there. I felt good on this race. So I was 3 minutes and like 9 seconds from a top 10 finish. And looking at that 10th place racer, I had them on the swim. I had them in the transitions, or we were consistent in the transitions. I had them on the bike. And the run, again, I was slow on the run. I averaged like a 9-minute mile pace. And their run was about 6 minutes faster than me on that 5K, which is significant. But they were only 3 minutes faster overall. So we're going to be doing a lot of training to try to improve this, and see kind of how much we can push it, right? Going into the bike, I had my water bottles filled with different electrolyte and carb mixes. Again, it was only 15 miles, and I averaged 19.5 miles per hour on the bike, which was my fastest average time of any of my rides. Before that, my fastest average was like 19.1. So I've been getting faster. If you can see, I've got these aero bars up front, which I'm not using right now. Borrowed these from my brother-in-law. I was able to hold that position the full 15 miles. Made some good passes, and just kind of kept my head down and just kept grinding. When you're out there, there's no music, not really any cheer squads on these roads. So you're just kind of left with your thoughts, and that's where your mind can either build you up or shut you down. And my gear's got Fort Miami CrossFit on it. I don't know if you can see it on the shorts. I don't know if you can see it on the shorts in the video, but my tri-top has Fort Miami CrossFit across the back as well. And it was fun. It became a game, so whenever I saw the next racer in front of me, I was like, oh, gotta speed up and catch them so they can see they got passed by a CrossFitter. It was just more of a game for me just to get through it, right? So I can entertain myself with something besides, all right, we're just out here on the road, middle of nowhere. The weather was perfect. It was actually a little cool. It was overcast. I was glad to be able to represent Fort Miami out there with a strong second place in the age group finish. But going into the run, came off the bike, both my calves cramped up. Like they were tight. Trying to keep those moving was tough. So I did have a negative split. My first half of that 5K, my pace was like 9:30 per mile, like pace, and my calves were tight. It was hard to keep them moving, but after a while, I wasn't walking anything, but once I got moving, they did loosen up a bit, and I was able to pick up my pace to like 8:30 on the second half, which was encouraging to see in the data. So I averaged right at 9 minutes per mile on that run. So looking at the splits of the top 10 finishers, I think the fastest bike was 21.5 miles per hour they averaged, but the fastest runners were sub 7 minute mile pace in the race. So going back to Barron Lake this time next year, it's like my biggest improvement would be getting faster on the runs. What's up next, right? Continue training at Fort Miami. We're going to be there, and really love the crew there, the coaches, the environment. It's fun, a lot of good camaraderie, and it's just a good time. People you want to be around. And so we'll continue training there through the winter. We got our probably 5K or 10K run for Thanksgiving coming up in a couple months. Here in Michigan, there's not many more races, kind of as we're nearing the end of season, except for the Ironmans, which are happening next couple weeks, but I'm not doing that, at least not now. But coming up in February, the local university here does an indoor triathlon, and it's a little bit unorthodox in the structure, where instead of going distance for time, you're doing max distance in a certain time frames, which is interesting. It's a different dynamic, but that's here local in Southwest Michigan. That's in February. So we'll kind of prep for that race. And then looking ahead, there's like 6 or 7 triathlons I've got on my calendar. I haven't registered for any of them yet. Might travel out to Virginia in April for a couple triathlons. And from there, in June, there's 3 races kind of back to back to back that are all pretty local here. There's one in Hammond, Indiana, which is near Chicago. And then there's one in Elkhart, Indiana. And then we've got the Xterra that I did in June. That'll happen. I think that's happening again. It'd be cool to kind of see how I do from that, going back to there a year later. And then we got the Barron Lake one, which I just did, but that won't be till August. It'll be hard to kind of prep for races back to back to back, so I'll need to dedicate races like A and B races, as in I'm not really going to set records or anything like that for a certain race. It's just going to be part of training, taking it slow or just taking it easy, and use it as prep for the A race, that I want to perform for. So that's what's coming up. I wanted to give that recap on the race at Barron Lake. My son also did the kids race there at Barron Lake. So that was cool for him to want to do that. We had a big cheering squad out for him, and he was pumped about that. He got his medal, right? And it was a short swim, 1.2 mile bike, and then a half-mile run. So he loved that. But yeah, there's a lot coming up. I've been getting a lot of support from a lot of friends and other people who've kind of followed the channel, which is really cool. A friend of mine down in Tennessee, he actually signed up for his first triathlon after hearing about my training and hearing about what I've been doing. So I think that's super awesome. We've been kind of chatting back and forth about different wetsuits and training and just kind of what he's getting into, and really pumped for him. I know he's excited about it. That's coming up a couple weeks. I think he's about 4 weeks out. That'll be down in Tennessee. Thanks for watching and following along. If you guys got questions, leave in those comments. Follow me on Strava, Instagram. I'm sharing a lot of day-to-day training on there. Obviously on Strava, I'm training all my workouts on there. But if you want to see some more live posting, that's all being done on Instagram. So follow me there. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll get some more content going for you, and we'll see about how we can make these a little bit more entertaining out on the road, or showing different over-under training on both running and on the bike, and kind of seeing what we're doing here. So thanks for watching, guys.